Luis in Los Angeles.
Hi, how are you doing, guys?
Good. How are you doing?
Well, the reason why I'm calling is to share with you and your listeners the latest news related to the criminal prosecution against the Catholic Church in Los Angeles, California, for the sexual abuse against hundreds of kids committed by priests and the subsequent cover-up by the Catholic Church. This case has come to an explosive situation now because it was lagging in courts. And the reason why it has come to this situation is because the district attorney requested to the church the disclosure of all documents related to these cases. The church denied that request. The district attorney went to the judge. They got a judge decision in order for the church to disclose those documents. The church appealed. They lost the appeal, and now the church was obligated to disclose all documents related to child abuse. And I have to tell you guys, it really, when you read this, it really makes you very angry. This has become really first-page news in all the media in California. On my part, I have extracted three specific examples, three specific cases of child abuse on the part of three different priests that I would like to share with you if you allow me, because it really makes you wonder what the hell is the Catholic Church doing, you know. The disclosure of all those documents, it's really very damning to the Catholic Church. Would you allow me to tell you what happened?
I agree with you that it's important to keep an eye on this stuff in general. I'm not sure if, is there anything specific that you'd like us or our listeners to, or is this too close to a call to action?
Well, one thing I'm really concerned about is I don't want you to say anything on this show that would identify any of the victims. So,
no, there are no names at all.
Okay, or even situations that...
Specific cases, I raised names, even though the documents are indeed, they tell names of the priests, etc., etc.
Can you
all names.
Can you sum up one of the stories?
Yes, well, I made it very brief, so it's going to take only a couple of minutes for all three cases.
Just give me
us one.
Give me your best one.
Okay. One is the case of a priest that in 1991, after Mass, on a regular basis, he will lock boys in his room, the boys that were helping him to tell Mass. He will get naked, and then he will proceed to rape the kid while he was connected on the phone to a porno site.
That's
and
terrible.
Running hundreds of dollars in phone charges, at the same time that he was videotaping himself raping the kids. Cardinal Mahoney, he was the head of the church in Los Angeles. He knew about this, and he knew all the details of what was going on, and he did absolutely nothing to stop it. This priest continued to do the same thing for 2 more decades until the church took very drastic action against him, not for raping the kids, but because he violated church laws related to how this priest was handling himself, confessing parishioners, something like that.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the important part here is not so much the bad actions of one person who happens to be associated with the Catholic Church, but the systematic way that that the church leadership sort of manages to insulate themselves from the law and say, well, we'll handle this stuff internally and we'll punish him if they break our rules, without specific regard to whether it's a matter for law enforcement to turn these people over. They shouldn't have special immunity just because they happen to be a high up member of the religion, and I think that's despicable. So, and I'm sure you agree with me.
Yes, that's correct. And, in relation to what you just said, there is something that I would like to tell you that is incredible. When the Catholic Church learned about certain cases, and these cases started to become to the public knowledge, and the district attorney started to inquire about these cases, what the Catholic Church did, they sent the priests involved in child abuse to other states for one specific reason, because these priests needed psychological attention.
Right. They shuffled around.
The law says that a psychologist has to report to the authorities when a rape has been committed against a child in a case in which the psychologist is taking care of a patient. If the patient has committed this rape, then he has to report to the authorities. So the Catholic Church sent these priests to states where the law does not have that requirement.
Right, yeah, they shuffle people around and basically hide the evidence of this as long as possible. So thanks for continuing to make our listeners aware of this.
Okay, guys, thank you very much.
Thank
you. Bye.
Thank you, bye-bye.